What's up, you guys? Welcome to my podcast called the PHV Academy Podcast, a podcast for female entrepreneurs to come together to merge business solutions with ideas. Okay? Now, our community is growing, and I want to welcome you guys that are new. Welcome to this amazing channel. Welcome to our Spotify. We're so glad to have you on here. Now, today I'm going to be talking about how to make evergreen content. Evergreen content is a topic that a lot of creators struggle with, actually. And I have talked to a few creators, and that seems to be their biggest pet peeve for some reason. It's kind of understandable why that would be an issue for them. But I say all that to say, evergreen content, when you think about it, it's not that hard. So I'm going to try and break it down for you as much as I can to give you an idea of what to expect when creating evergreen content. All right. Now, evergreen content, what is that? Evergreen content is basically content that transcends time. So, whatever the topic or niche you're in, it could be cooking, it could be beauty related, it could be business related. No matter the time, people will always search for things that relate to that topic or niche. I'm going to give you an example. People always have to cook. You have to cook if you want to eat, if you want to survive. So, an evergreen content idea will be how to make pasta. You could get more specific and be like, how to make carbonara or how to make spaghetti and meatballs, things like that. That's evergreen content, no matter the time, the place, the location. Well, that is place. But no matter the time, that topic will always be searched for. Now, let's see you as the entrepreneur, you want to make evergreen content. So what will be your first course of action? And your first course of action will be to select the right topic relating to your niche. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit about myself. I am a cosmetics beauty creator. Evergreen content for me will be how to apply eyeshadow, because no matter the time, women will always want to know how to apply eyeshadow. There will be young girls coming into their prime and trying to figure this thing out called the beauty space. So they are always going to want to know, how do I apply eyeshadow? How do I apply eyeliner? And knowing this, I could create my content around that. All right. So the first things first is to know your niche. And then number 2 will be to pick a topic. Pick a topic relating to that. I just gave you an example. Me being a cosmetics creator, I am going to probably pick something like how to apply eyeshadow or how to apply eyeliner or something like that. Something relating to my niche. My brother is in the photography space, so he could pick a topic like how to properly light a subject or how to create to remove what was that thing, noise in the image, how to remove noise in the image. So basically you're just offering solutions to problems that you know will be around forever until they find a permanent solution for it. Okay. So you've picked your niche, you've picked your topic. Now the next step will be to use a keyword tool. Keywords would be how to. People are going to always want to figure out how to do something. That's always going to be a given. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter where. They're always going to want to know how to figure something out. And the keyword will be beauty. For my example will be beauty. For my brother's example will be photography. People are always going to want to go into photography because now we're in a digital era and narcissism is at an all-time high. and people are really into themselves nowadays. So they're always going to want to figure out how to do something. So you've established your niche, you've established your topic, and now you are doing your keyword search. So knowing these three things will elevate whatever piece of content it is that you want to create. Now, you've done all of that. You've made a great piece of content. You've made it relatable to your audience. Now, how do you get people to interact? Because that's what's going to keep it fresh. That's what's going to keep people, no matter when they see your video, it's going to keep them engaged. It's going to keep them coming back, commenting, engaging with the piece of content, sharing, liking. That all those things matter. So you can make it interactive. For example, in my tutorial video on how to apply eyeshadow, I could say, comment down below what your favorite color of eyeshadow is. That is interactive because now the person watching the video is like, oh, my favorite color of eyeshadow is purple. So I'm going to comment in the comment section purple. So I've engaged the audience, and now they have been called to action to put a comment in the comment section. So whoever is watching that content, no matter what time, what place, they are always going to comment down below as far as they're engaged and, entertained with what you're offering. Okay? Take a deep breath. Yeah. All right. So the next thing to do would be to actually avoid specific times and dates. That's very important. Like, you want to make sure you avoid specific time and dates because that dates your content. So I'll give you an example. For the Super Bowl, this past Super Bowl with Rihanna performing, I'll call it the Baby Bump Super Bowl. The Baby Bump Super Bowl was very, very monumental. A piece of history for us in our current time. So if you make content relating around, let's say, for example, I am doing an eyeshadow tutorial and I do how to get Rihanna's Super Bowl makeup using this eyeshadow. Now I've dated my content because people always know, oh, in 2023, Rihanna went to the Super Bowl. She performed at the Super Bowl, and this was her eyeshadow look at the time. So people are not probably going to go to it because who's to say in 10 years from now, Rihanna will still be relevant? No tea, no shade, right? But who is to say that will be the case? So you want to avoid times and dates, specific times and dates as much as you can, because that will date your content. Now, let's say you're doing a tutorial. You want to give as much information as you possibly can. When you give a lot of information that is relevant to the topic, that makes your topic more relevant because people know that they can get this piece of information from me. They can get that piece of information from me. And then they can put everything together and take what they need from that piece of content. But if you don't give them enough, then they're left wanting more. So now you've done them a disservice because not only have they tuned into your piece of content to get information, now they're left wanting more, and they probably won't be satisfied because now you're going to have to think, oh, I have to go back and create another piece of content to do that. I mean, if you have the time to do that, go ahead and do that. But a lot of people that make evergreen content, they give as much as they can at once so that they don't have to come back to that video. They don't have to visit that video again. Everything is done. So all that piece of content is doing is generating more views, more viewers, more engagement. It's basically working for itself. Now that brings me to my next point, which is that brings me to my next point, which is repurposing your content. So now you've made a very, very, very good piece of content. We're making a content based on the beauty niche, and the topic is how to apply eyeshadow as a beginner, because you want to be as specific as you can. How to apply eyeshadow as a beginner. And now you are repurposing that content. You're taking bits and pieces of that content that you created, and you're just maybe sharing it as a reel, sharing it as a story, sharing it as whatever on whatever platform. You're tweeting about it, you're posting it, you're sharing it on social media. So whoever is seeing it is drawn back to that piece of content that you posted. Let's say you posted it on YouTube, for example, right? So you posted it on YouTube, and now that piece of content is doing well. What that piece of content that you created is just working for you. You're literally sitting at home, and that one thing that you created is doing the work, because now you've reached as many people as possible. You have a lot of engagement, and you've added value to whomever is looking at that piece of content. So that is basically how to create an evergreen content. You need to think of all these steps to creating a piece of content that will be timeless no matter what. All right. I hope these tips help. I really hope they help, because honestly, if you get that right piece of evergreen content, you are looking at easy money right there. You don't have to do much. All you have to do is basically repurpose it every once in a couple of months. You post about it, and it just basically does the work for you. All right, guys? I hope this helped. I really do. Come back for more videos. I love you so much for tuning in to this podcast. The PHB Academy podcast is the podcast to be at for female entrepreneurs. We love you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a good one. Bye.